What's up YouTube? Today I'll be reacting to 6 houses objects I only used after moving to America. This should be an interesting one, and I will also try to share with you my European perspective. But before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, oh man, you make my day. Now, let's go into the video. Link for the original one on my description. Lawrence is an amazing content creator. Give him some love, and let's see what this one is about.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to objects and stuff. Specifically, objects and stuff that you find around the house that I only encountered after moving to the United States.
Let's do it. This will be a good one. I can already tell.
In previous videos, I gave you a tour of my first American house, as well as an exclusive look at my dusty garage. And so, if you want to join me on this journey of putting together this place and you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, do that now.
Already did.
In the meantime, come with me as we look at 6 housing objects that I only encountered after moving to the United States.
Let's do it.
It's locked again. 2 words, public toilets. And I know what you're thinking. Woo, Lauren.
Can we all be real right now? Public toilets in America, not great. Something we have to work on. What the hell is that big gap? Come on, no chance.
What have public toilets got to do with houses? And the answer is simple, nothing. But they do very neatly lead me into my next point, so shut it. Because you've probably heard Brits like me moaning about the lack of privacy in American public toilets, because you've got that gap and everything.
Oh yeah.
Well, when it comes to our respective houses, that dedication to privacy, or privacy, depending on how you say it, is reversed. What? How? Do British rooms have gaps in the door? No, I'm not talking about gaps. I'm talking about locks on the door. Furthermore, I'm not just talking about bathrooms, but several rooms in the house. In America, many rooms, and in particular bedrooms, will have a lock on the doorknob that looks a little bit like this. Growing up in Britain, I found...
That's a great idea. Am I crazy about that? You just click a button and that's it. You don't have to worry about... Oh man. So, the way it works... There is a couple of lock systems in my country, but normally now you have a key, you know, but sometimes your key takes the key away or something, and it's a bit of a mess. Not gonna lie about that. But the button is there forever. This is a great idea. Great idea.
Found these to be far less common, which is a shame because they just give you that peace of mind that somebody's not going to walk in on you while you're reading a book. And for lock...
Okay, Lawrence, come on.
Completists, they might sometimes take the form of a button, but there might also be some sort of rotating lock mechanism that looks like this.
This you can also find in coffee shops and stuff like that, but in houses is kind of rare, at least from my experience.
So to recap, while Americans might not value public toilet privacy, the opposite is true with bedrooms.
I like that.
Sometimes Britain and America seem like alternate versions of each other. And perhaps one of the finest examples of this can be found in the delivery of post. Except Americans don't call it post, they call it mail. And while us Brits like to distinguish between a mailbox on the street, in other words a post box, and a residential mailbox, aka a letterbox in your door, us Americans call this a mailbox and this a mailbox. It's all a bit...
And kind of makes sense for me, to be honest.
Bit confusing. Thankfully, in this video, I'm just talking about this.
Oh, come on. This is so beautiful. Actually, I would love to have one just to put on in my room. It's kind of fancy, you know?
To Americans, this low-shaped contraption has just simply been a way of life since the day they were born. Perhaps some...
Shame on you guys. This is art.
Americans don't even give them a second thought. But to people like me who grew up in a different country with different mailboxes, there's a certain charm to them.
100, see guys, 100%, there is a charm about that mailbox. I'm telling you, I see this on movies all the time, but I never see one in my country. So of course there is a charm on that. I love that mailbox. Oh man, I would love to have one.
After all, the only time that we get to see these outside of living here is in the movie. Oh look, here's Kiefer Sutherland playing mailbox baseball in Stand By Me. Here's Forrest Gump and the kid from the...
Ooh, okay, not related with the video. Hot take. Are you guys ready? Guys and girls, because actually I have a lot of amazing human watching my channel. But can we all agree that Forrest Gump may be the best movie ever? I'm just saying, think about, no pressure.
The Sixth Sense, framed by a gorgeous line of mailboxes while the kid is too busy looking at Bubba, Jenny, and Forrest's mum in the distance. Here's a mailbox playing a key role in a Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock film that sadly isn't Speed, but
Never saw that.
a film you don't remember called The Lake
Oh,
House.
okay.
And here's a pair of wayward vandals.
Man, okay, not related with this again, but can we... Emotional talk right now. I actually cried watching that movie. Yep, I said it. That was, man.
Graffitiing a mailbox in Up. It's been a while since I've seen that film, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening here. The point is, American movies have this uncanny knack of making things seem almost magic, even things as simple as this. And as somebody who, for the past 14 years, has only lived in rented American accommodation, I'd been used to picking up my mail from what was essentially a glorified high school locker.
Yeah, that's... When you have that, you are struggling in life. When you have this, you made it in life.
This represents
How many of you guys made it in life? Tell me in the comments.
my first proper American mailbox, and I feel like I've finally arrived.
Oh yeah.
In the past, I've told you about how during the summertime it's useful on American houses to have a bug shield. That way you can open your windows, or in this case, your door. And in theory, this makes
Bug shield? Okay, what the hell is this? A bug shield? What are we working here? Low-key, this seems like a great idea, actually. I hate those flies that come to my room on the summer.
makes it harder for bees and mosquitoes and all of the other insects to get into your house. Doesn't seem to work, but the theory's good. But one thing
Those mosquitoes, they find a way. That's the problem.
I haven't spoken about is winter time, because when the temperatures plummet to minus 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, there aren't really many bugs trying to get in anyway. Instead, you have to protect your door from the elements. And that's where the storm door comes in. Sorry.
2 doors? No, wait, 2 doors? I don't get it. Why just not have one door that is super amazing, super strong? Why you have to have 2 doors? If this one is good to keep the elements away, just keep that one.
I don't have much room here. Can I switch places? The storm door, where you can see this light is reflecting onto, is a door that sort of sits outside of the main door, and it sort of serves 2 purposes. Firstly, it's another barrier for burglars to have to overcome. And secondly,
Okay, no chance. We have to run that back. What?
sort of serves 2 purposes. Firstly, it's another barrier for burglars.
That even looks ugly. That's not a good idea. I'm sorry. Oh man. This video will trigger some people. I have a feeling. This does not look good. Why the hell 2 doors? Just keep one. Just make the one inside a bit better. Or whatever.
Burglars to have to overcome. And secondly, when you've got frost and snow and rain, it sort of protects this door from getting ruined by those weather elements. And in a
Yeah, but why not make the good door that is strong for the bad elements, and in a nice... I don't know what I'm talking about. What I know.
In addition to storm doors, you also have storm windows, which sort of do the same thing for windows that this does for the doors. And that's really it, because we don't have storms quite of the severity that you might experience here in the Midwest.
That's
storm
true.
doors and
That's
storm
true.
windows aren't really that common in Britain, hence why they made it onto this list.
Okay, fair argument at the end, I would say. So, for example, the glass does not break. Is even if there is a crazy storm, that glass is like bulletproof. Is that the case?
Hello, what's this? A fan outside of my house? Might have to put in a restraint.
What? Okay. That's giant. What is that? Really, a fan? Is this the air conditioned stuff that you guys have in America?
Restraining order. Seriously, I did have to do that 3 years ago, so keep your distance.
No worries.
In previous videos, you've heard me talk to death about...
So this is how we have it in a lot of parts in Europe.
how American
It's kind of ugly, to be honest.
homes have air conditioning and British homes just don't. And so I don't want to dwell too much on what happens with air conditioning inside the house, but rather outside. Because you see, for the first time since I moved to the United States, the air conditioning in my home is entirely central air. In other words, the aircon is built entirely into the house instead of me having to install window units, which is great. And because of that,
Actually, that's great, see? I'm kind of digging that now.
we have this thing, which I haven't really learned the name of. Perhaps it's a generator of some kind. Anyway, what it does is it sits outside, the fans spin around, and it creates air connage. And the outsides of many houses...
Okay, those look a bit better, to be honest. Okay, I mean, you put that on the back. Actually, I like this idea. Better than putting them on the windows or something.
Houses will feature one of these throughout the United States.
Okay.
I have heard that it requires a little bit of maintenance and cleaning, so after this video goes out, I will be reading all about that with a hot bath. And so we go from fans outside my house to fans above my bed.
Never mind.
Seriously, don't get any ideas. I am married.
Oh, okay.
But in much of the United
Okay.
States, just as with air conditioning, ceiling fans are found in most houses. Now, for the past 15 years, in a variety of rented American apartment complexes, I've always had ceiling fans that had a chain that you pulled to get the fan going. But now, with the acquisition of my first American house, things work a little bit differently. It's doing it. That was a trick. I was actually...
Oh, come on, you got me. I was like, oh my god, they are so ahead of, of the competition in America. You do this and that's it.
using a remote control.
Probably there is a way to do it with Alexa or something like that. I don't know, my friends.
Still cool though, isn't it? Literally. I've just realized it's winter.
Okay, so the thing about fans is I actually believe this is a great idea you guys do in America. Because in the summer, this can actually be quite nice, you know. I always watch this in movies, and I always thought this was actually quite a nice idea.
And this should not be on. Remember in my last video when I showed you around my garage and we found this spare gate hanging around in the rafters? Well, it turns out this isn't a spare gate, but a missing one. Since I announced that I'd become a United States citizen and bought my first American house, some of you sent me messages along the lines of, "Oh, well done, Lawrence, you are living the American dream." But last time I checked, the perfect picture of the American dream involved having a white picket fence. And I don't have any data to back this up, it's just all from observation. But it feels like, at least
Yeah, in America you have to have a white picket fence, for sure, right? It's kind of beautiful, actually.
here in the Midwest, that there are far fewer white picket fences and a great deal more chain link. Some Americans that I've spoken to seem to be of the opinion that chain link fences are kind of ugly. And I sort of agree, but if
Yeah, I like the white fences a bit more. What is that?
I put together a large enough collection of these fence pieces, I might be able to construct my own Hell in a Cell in the back garden, so that'd be fun. Anyway...
No chance. That looks the thing we make to put chickens. You guys... Oh, okay. No, whatever.
We don't really use this style of fence much around British gardens, and from memory, this is the first chain link fence that I've had since moving to the United States. That's it for this episode. If you haven't had a...
Okay, so, hot take. I actually believe a lot of houses are beautiful in America, but that fence is kind of ugly. I'm sorry. I mean, I have to say it. I cannot, you know, I have to be honest. Am I crazy about that? Do you guys think those fences are beautiful? I mean, you guys make such nice houses, then you put that outside. No. Whatever. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Really enjoyed this video. Actually, it's not ended yet, but I think all the points are made, but let's play the rest.
A chance to see the tour of my house, you can do that by clicking on this here. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so that I don't have to. And a big thank you to my patrons who make these videos possible. If you would like to become a patron of Lost in the Pond, you can do so today at patreon.com/lostinthepond. Until
okay, great video overall. Really enjoy. I mean, Lawrence makes amazing stuff all the time. Final thoughts. Honestly, most of the things I thought ended up being good ideas. The lock was a good idea. I really like that. A button, that's genius. Fans are a really good idea. The AC stuff outside that way actually kind of convinced me. What are the others? Man, my memory. Oh, the mailbox. This is a tremendous good idea. The only one that I may... Okay, this is not... No, this is not good. This is not really that good. But other than that, I really enjoyed the video. Do not forget to leave a like, my friends. See you guys next time. Bye.